year it was. I don't guess that really matters. It was the 21st century. They, Lori and I went to Pat May's one day, and we went to Lamar Point, and I decided I was going to walk the shoreline a little ways, really down to about the tree that I mentioned earlier tonight about being shaken. I was going to turn around and come back. But two little dogs had been dumped out there. One was an Australian Shepherd, and the other one was just a mixed breed, little happy-looking dog. And they were really happy to see me. Well, Lori decided she was going to stay at the truck while I walked. And the little hairy dog went and just covered. Wouldn't walk with us. But the Australian Shepherd was walking by me. And we got pretty close to this willow tree. And there was this real low growl, and I thought it was the dog growling. The dog had done stepped up in front of me, and then the hair on the back of her neck was standing up. And she was doing her little growl, and this thing was getting deeper and more ominous looking, sounded. And I was kind of halfway joking. I said, "You better get back here before one of them big old monkeys grabs you." And this thing just rises up out of the brush. It's gray. It's got the wildest looking eyes I'd ever seen, and it's fixated on that dog. It hadn't even looked at me, and it's got a snout. And I said, "Easy boy, back up, back up." That's when it raised its head and looked at me and growled. Any of these people tell you these sons of guns don't have insiders are liars. The truth is not in them. It growled again and went back down. It started moving on all fours through the brush to began circling me. I started backing up, and I realized I've got a lake. I know it's in the month of January this happened because it's cold. I ain't got nowhere to go except the water, and Lori's back up there, and I'm hearing Lori holler at me. I can't turn around and look. I'm backing up.
There you go, fat ass.
What you saying?
But when I realized what she was hollering, she was saying, "David, there's one coming behind you." And I took the chance to look where the dog was. The dog had got between me and whatever this thing was, which now I call it a Wendigo, trying to sneak up on me. And you could see the top of the grass moving with it. And I took a glance, and I see something moving from tree to tree. It's broad daylight, Bill. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody out there but me and Lori. I finally get to the point that I say, "Let's go." And me and that dog took off. I took a chance to run. The dog beat me. he was faster than I was. And he hit that cupboard and went inside. And by then I was out in the clearing by the pickup, and I turned around, I couldn't see nothing anymore. And I told Lori to get in the truck. He got in the truck, cranked, we took off. I went and called John. The next day or so afterwards, me and John went back out there. We were armed, and I figured the dogs were dead because we have found a lot of dead dog remains at Lamar Point. We have heard 2 dogs be killed out there. we, you know, both of us have a special fondness for our dog. And I really figured the dogs were gone, but they were there. We took the dogs with us after we took a little walk. The little shepherd would still stay with us, but the other little dog, it would come with us, but it wasn't it wasn't a brave little dog. It was just a dog. But that little Australian shepherd was a brave little dog. And we decided when we was leaving, we could not leave those dogs there to die. And that's what would eventually happen. So John and I loaded them up and took them somewhere else that they had a chance. Because he couldn't have a dog. I think you were living, Ronnie and Deborah, with him. Yeah. Deborah had said no more dogs. He had this little dog that they'd had since the puppy, and that's all he could have. But I'm gonna tell you now, there is no doubt in my mind that snout-faced son of a bitch was fixing to make a meal out of me.
Really?
And I was unarmed. If Lori had not been there, I think I would have been lunch.
What do you think the relationship is with other types of Bigfoot?
I think they will kill the other Bigfoot, and they will eat them.
Are they, you think, more of a danger to the Bigfoot than the Bigfoot to the...
Yep.
What would account for the snout variation in looks? I think most people don't know much about the subject and think that everything's going to look like Patty.
They could be,
Headlights.
they could be the original species, and Patty, and the southern Bigfoot, which is a little different, which is more the ape-looking, or the subspecies, or the southern Bigfoot, which was the ape species, was the prototype for Patty and the Wendigo. It could go any way that you even think about.
Go over there to meet you here.